Hello and welcome to another episode from the VoIP Guys. Today we're going to take a look at the brand new Snom M700 and M65 DECT series of devices. Just a quick look at them there. There you go, that's the phones. And so what we're going to do is we're going to start off, what we've done is we've set up in our demo network, which we've used for various other things, bits and pieces. So what should we have a look at first? So we see what they can do first.
We should touch it.
Okay.
And show it.
Okay, fair enough then. Right, so what we've got here, this is the M700, which is the base station. We've got the M65 here, which is obviously the DECT handset. Can you tell us a bit about them?
I think you can have a lot of those base stations.
Yeah, I believe
40?
Yeah, 40 in one system, I believe, yeah. And then you can use, in the system, you can use up to 200 handsets. I believe. So yeah, we can go onto the Snom website and have a quick look at the technical stuff. If we just quickly go there, we can see that, yeah, as Matthias said, it's a scalable system, up to 400 base stations. And as I mentioned, we've got 200 handsets per installation. Yeah.
Then I think we should talk about the base station first.
Okay, yeah.
And about the base station features. As you can see here, we already mentioned that there are 40 base stations, but there are some other cool things. The whole Snom provisioning stack is available. Yeah. So all the other phones are able to do a very good provisioning. Also, the DECT system is now able to do so. Yeah. I think this is really good. And another very important thing is the over-the-air synchronization. Yeah. It's really hard if you have to configure this manually, which system can see which system best, and to configure all the stuff. So I think it's much better if you have over-the-air synchronization.
It helps with the seamless integration and things like that.
Yeah, for the handover stuff, if you go from one cell to the other, that there is a clean handover with no noise in your headset or handset.
Yeah, I mean that would be particularly important if you've got a very large system with you know up to the 40 base stations. I should imagine across several floors or whatever. Yeah. Okay. Cool. And some other bits and pieces about the base station. If we have a scroll down and look at security, obviously we've got the basic, well not basic, but the normal DECT encryption that you'd expect. But it runs on SIP protocol as well, so you've got TLS and SRTP encryption for the SIP as well.
All the stuff you expect from a modern system.
Yeah, yeah, you would. Yeah. Okay. And then now, shall we have a look at the telephone? Okay. So if we go back up. And under products, we've got the M65. Cool. And there it is. Sleek design, looking pretty good. And you can see here that it's got quite a nice sort of interface there. I believe it's a 2-inch graphical user interface, which is quite handy. And we talked with some of our guys who have been testing it in the development department and the support department. And they said one of the things that they're really impressed with is the way it's very intuitive to use and so on. And we could just quickly show you that if we have a quick look here. If we go on to this one.
Live, we want to see everything live.
So we've got here, for example, if I just quickly get it right. Okay, we've got in here, we can go into the menu, things you'd expect. And obviously, if I can get it right, I'm doing it back to front. No.
No, it's hard.
It is hard when you do things back to front. There we go, got there in the end. So we've got all the settings that you'd expect from there. And one of the good things is you can actually use it for multiple lines as well. So for example, if we can't quite see it here, it's too bright, but I've got it set up for 1 line here, but you can also use up to, I think it's 5 lines or so on there.
I think one of the most important things, it has a really great look and feel. Yeah. If you touch it, it feels good, not cheap. Yeah. And the display is very brilliant, much better as you can see it on the video now because you have reflections there. And it's a modern design. And also the icon set and stuff is in the new flat design as everybody does. And it's easy to use. If you compare it to the Snom M9 or something, it's a new world, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and another good thing about the handset itself is obviously we've talked about design and the keys are very durable, but you've also got here, you've got an LED indicator, which is tricolor. So you can set up the colors for whether you've missed a call, whether you've got a voicemail, and also for low battery. Sometimes a little bit confusing. The voicemail and low battery, as default, they're set for voicemail is red and low battery is yellow. I personally perhaps would prefer it the other way around, but never mind. Yeah, and things like that. And yeah, just going on about the phone a bit more, we've also got, for example, the standby time. It's quite extensive, it's 250 hours. And then, yeah, a bit more technical, the actual talk time. It's quite heavy usage, 17 hours. So yeah.
I think it's also one of the first DECT systems which you can use in HD quality.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if there are other DECT systems around which can do that, but
yeah, definitely with this one you've got wideband audio.
You can do it. Yeah. So we talked enough, I think.
Yeah.
We just go into the configuration and have a look.
Yep. Okay.
At the base station.
Okay.
So what I have here is 3 tabs open. One is the website. One is our Moby Dick PBX, but you can use any other PBX which is able to speak SIP. I am logged out because I waited too long, so I refresh. And maybe I'm allowed to log in again. Maybe not. Maybe I should use another URL besides logout. Now it works. So this is the administration interface. You do not connect to every handset. You just connect to the base station. Okay. And if you have more than one base stations, then you also connect to the master base station. So you don't have to configure each and every single base station. Yep. The first thing you do is you go to the tab servers. And you have to enable your SIP server. That's the first thing. You will not configure each handset and say to each handset, this is your registration server for SIP. You do it once, and you can do it on that place. You can add another server if you want to, but you can reuse that configuration. So you do not have to type all the details in for each and every handset. Okay,
that's quite a speedy process.
Yeah, it's a speedy process, but it's not dedicated to one server. You can add more servers if you want to. So it's easy to configure, as in most cases if you're using a SIP device. You just have to enter the registrar, the outbound proxy, the conference server. It's all your PBX in most cases. I think you can only use the register. The registrar, you don't have to fill that in, but to be sure,
then you fill them in.
Then you can enable and disable the different things. You can switch the TLS, you can switch the codecs you want to use, the priority of the codecs, and so on. That's what you have to do for the server. And then you can add handsets. You just can turn them on. If you turn them on, then you can register the handset to the base station. And if so, then you get that line as you can see here. This is the EPI. The EPI is a kind of identifier for each handset. You can compare it to a MAC address from the IP network. So you can see which phone has which EPI. And then you can configure an extension. The extension means extension maybe is the wrong wording in our case, because this is how do I register to the PBX. And some PBXs are registering the extensions. So you say, I register 100, this is my extension, and you register it. At Moby Dick, you always use names for it.
The username.
A username or the device name, so handset 1 or something. So that's a little bit confusing, maybe, but at the end it's easy. You have a line name. I called it James, just for you. And there is an extension, an authentication username. This is the same. We are using that to authenticate a password. A display name. This is what's in the display when you look at it, and if you call somebody else. And a PIN. And here is the trick with the server stuff. You just can choose the server you want. If you define more than one service, you can
then it comes in the drop-down list and you can select.
It's okay. And that's it. You save it. Every time you save something, you have to wait 3 seconds. and it refreshes, and then you can see the state if it is registered or not. In our case, we are lucky.
Yeah.
It's registered. And then we can go to the Moby Dick, and here we can see your handset, and it's attached to your user, and you can just use it. If you want more headsets, you just add devices.
Yeah.
Say any manufacturer or soft phone, then you can add as many
as you need
or as you bought. And that's it. It's, I think, relatively easy to integrate, and to prove our configuration, maybe we can do
why not?
Just a call.
Okay, so what we'll do, we'll get onto our voicemail. So *100, and then press call, and press speakerphone.
No messages.
Yeah.
Press 2
there we go.
to change folders.
That's it. What you can, I don't know if you can hear it in the video, but the sound quality of the speaker is very good.
Yeah.
It is a clear voice, and
it's very clear.
sound.
Yeah. Cool, good. So there you have it. That's the new Snom DECT series, the M700 and M65. Thanks for watching. Until next time.
Bye.
Goodbye.